Hey everyone, really excited to talk tonight about Instagram training. So we are going to learn how to cross promote your hashtag, gain followers, start more conversations as opposed to just broadcasting. So I'm really excited to share these things with you. So first things first, let's just talk about what Instagram is, right? It's obviously taken social media by storm. We're all about getting new followers and it's just mainly pictures, right? So with Facebook, it's a little bit differently because, there's all these different things that you can share and Instagram is a little bit more limited in that aspect. So we're just going to talk about some things that can help you and really boost your business with Instagram. So first things first, cross promote your dedicated hashtag. So for example, I have a dedicated hashtag called The Lacy Look. That is my brand. That is what I built everything around. So when I think about cross promoting that hashtag, I think about things like putting it on a business card that you hand out to people, putting it on any type of advertising that you do. If you are running a Facebook group and you have people promoting selfies or whatever the case may be, one of the things that they can do is they can put hashtag The Lacy Look so that it shows up on Instagram or whatever. So really focus on cross promoting that hashtag. The next thing is getting creative with the hashtagging. So there is a rule out there not to use the same hashtags over and over and over again. Now it's 100% okay to utilize that hashtag that you dedicated to yourself. But things like, quit using 5-minute makeup every photo, especially if it's a photo of you with no makeup and you're crouching in a position. I just have this post in my mind, my athletic wear. So with the athletic wear, one of the things that I did in that picture is I had no makeup on. So why would I hashtag 5-minute makeup? That doesn't make any sense. So the other thing too, quit using one-word hashtags unless it is incredibly specific, like hashtag hair, right? Be funny, be ironic, be outrageous, be you, okay? Think of things on your own. So let's just take this, for example, my outfit. One thing that I might hashtag is hashtag floral t-shirt or floral shirt, hashtag tassel earrings or whatever you want. And then of course, hashtag hair, because let's be honest. Or you could do hashtag wavy hair, hashtag curls for days, things like that. The other thing too is, for example, I wanted to use another example too. Your child cuts their own hair. You wouldn't want to do hashtag 5-minute makeup. You would want to do hashtag I'm about to freak. I'm about to lose it. Hashtag testing my patience. So really think outside the box with those. Another thing too is every post should have different hashtags. This is how you gain followers from those different hashtags, okay? Pretty simple, right? If you need help coming up with hashtags, think about who you're trying to target and the content that you're trying to promote. If, girls who wear makeup aren't your target, okay? Your target is everyone because you're trying to gain followers, not just makeup followers. Because if you're just trying to gain makeup followers, you're going to run into a lot of individuals who already have a makeup company or they're already a makeup artist. And I've actually learned that makeup artists are the hardest people to turn into artists or customers. So just a little tidbit there. Now, participating in massively popular conversations. Think about people like the Kardashians or people who have really high following. Or there's some people, if you go to the little explore button, there are so many massive conversations that you could get engaged with. Leave a comment, ask a question, go to popular hashtags. So in our world, a really popular hashtag would be hashtag makeup, right? There's millions of people hashtagging in there and starting up conversations about Jeffree Star or whoever, right? You must engage to create engagement. Louder for the people in the back. You must engage to create engagement. You have to give out hearts to get hearts. You have to like things to get likes. You have to follow people to get followers. See what I mean? Okay, so let's talk about the whole link in bio thing, right? You guys, that's prime real estate for your business. So you're not going to want to fill it with, oh, wifey, mommy to babies, this, and this. Change it up. Don't leave it the same thing all the time. Your link in bio should have more than just the fact that you're a mascara artist. In fact, I leave out mascara artist completely because people who are coming to my page are going to look at that and say, oh, great, if I start following her, she's going to start promoting her business on me. And I don't want that, right? If you do have a link in your bio, it should definitely drive traffic and pique interest, okay? These are going to be things like ambassadorships that you've acquired over time. Doing a link tree where it doesn't have mascarabeauty.com/Lacey, or whoever. Linktree is free. Links in bio is free up to a certain amount of specified links. So let's talk about that a little bit. What is necessarily a link tree or a link in bio? Okay, this is going to be, think of a home listing, right? It shows the property. So the home listing, the property is the house and the land, okay? It's going to tell you the bedrooms that are in the house. It's going to tell you the kitchen, the dining room, all of that jazz, right? In this scenario, the home is your link, and then the bedrooms, the kitchen, the dining, etc. Those are all the different websites that you're going to promote, okay? Pretty simple. So this is where you're going to you're going to have your link in bio or link tree or whatever you want. And then once your prospect or whoever the traffic is coming to your Instagram, they go to your website and they're going to see boom, 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 boom. They're going to see your Mascara Beauty website, maybe a color match form. They're going to see any ambassadorships that you have, and that's what piques them to click on those links, okay? So like I said before, ambassadorships are really important, discount codes. Just because you're not an ambassador doesn't mean that you can't link something like that. So I actually promoted Blenders Eyewear forever until I got my ambassadorship with Top Fox. So think about with Blenders, if you purchase any eyewear that they have on their website, they're going to give you a discount code to share with your friends. Utilize that and put it in your link in bio, okay? And then other things too, obviously your Mascara Beauty website. Okay, so you guys have to get descriptive with your captions, okay? Posting a selfie, unfortunately, just doesn't cut it anymore. It doesn't. So I suffer from anxiety. And when I talk about anxiety, like I'm pretty transparent about it. A really big thing that people like is when you speak your truth, okay? So I posted a selfie, which I will definitely, once you guys have the PowerPoint after this video, you guys are gonna see what I'm talking about. I posted a selfie of me and basically said, I'm gonna actually read the caption here. Today is a super hard day. It took everything for me to do my hair, put on makeup, and get in front of the camera. So whoever told you that anxiety is something small definitely lied to you. Today I learned another trigger, and of course it set me off and I bawled my eyes out, begging my mind to stop and be normal for 5 minutes. For those who can relate, I feel you 100% and I am there for you 100%. It felt good to get outside and I can't wait for a relaxing weekend. And then I put all of my dedicated hashtags, okay? So getting descriptive with your posts in captions and in more detail is going to be more captivating, not just a, hey, 5-minute makeover. So hopefully that's a little bit more helpful. The next thing too is you guys follow those influencers. Everybody has influencers in their life. We all have idols, right? Now, I'm not saying Kardashians are necessarily my idols, but makeup goals AF, right? Like their posts. Find a topic that you can resonate with and like the other individual's comments. So if you go to a post, let's just take an example. If you go to Khloe Kardashian's Instagram, you are going to see all these people commenting, and sometimes it's not very nice things, but sometimes it's really positive things, or maybe people ask a question. You know, like that person's comment and be like, hey, I'm following. I would like to know the answer to that too. Because you guys are going to build kind of a little relationship there. So really hone in on that. And of course, when you follow those influencers, they have tons of followers. So you're going to be able to expose yourself that way as well. Okay, so this is a really, really tough one. So remove unwanted tagged photos of you. You guys, I'm going to be honest. I have a life outside of my business, outside of being at home 24/7. So for me personally, when I'm out and people take photos of me, with a beer in my hand or some other delicate beverage, we'll call it, one of the things that I don't want is them tagging me in those photos on Instagram, on my business Instagram. Okay, that is a no. So what you need to do is you need to go to your options, and then you will go to photos of you and then add manually. I promise you guys, you will be much more happier once you do that, because then you have to approve photos before they can just start tagging you in them. Okay. Okay, so this one is really important. Develop your own Instagram style. You guys, I get it. You all want to be like Kat or Harmony or Savannah or all of these other people, right? But here's the thing, you guys are just as cool. I'm just as cool. Y'all may not think so, but I think so. I think that I am just as cool as anybody else out there, and you should too. Remember, these girls, you guys, these girls had followings before they joined this company. They had ambassadorships. Harmony Buse is iconic for her hair. Super iconic for her hair. She used to do all these YouTube videos for her hair before she started doing Mascara Beauty, and she already had a following with that. I mean, she gets hundreds of thousands of viewers every single day on her YouTube videos. You know, Savannah Polson and Kat Fairchild, they had Lange. I mean, come on, any single one of you who has purchased a Lange wand or anything of the sort understands 100% that every other post on Facebook is an ad for Lange. And it's usually one of those two, or, some of these other people. So just remember that they did have solid followings before they just started getting a bunch of sales with Mascara Beauty. You guys don't have that, and that's okay. You can build it, and that's what we're trying to accomplish today. So instead of fitting in, start standing out. And what I mean by that is ask yourself, what are you good at? What are you known for? What are adjectives that describe you? For example, like me, I feel like I'm kind of funny. I mean, maybe not to you guys, but I crack myself up sometimes. What is your end result in life? Not in your business. I don't want to know what your end result in your business is, but what is your end result? I keep saying end result in life. What do you want to accomplish? What are things that you are obsessed with aside from makeup? We already know that, right? You're a Mascara Beauty artist, for crying out loud. But what, more importantly, are you obsessed with on a day-to-day basis? I am obsessed with gum. I am also obsessed with Chick-fil-A. So if y'all are going to mess with any one of those things, I am cutting you out of my life, because that's just who I am. So ask yourself those questions. This is something that I need to get better at too, geotagging, okay? See what's going on in specific areas. So when you're out on vacation, geotag it and be like, what is the best spot to go have dinner? And you will be amazed at how many people in that location will respond, oh my gosh, you have to go here. This is the best seafood in town. Or this is the best Chick-fil-A in this city. Whatever, right? Weekend getaways. Maybe it's a Friday night date night and you're out here in West Glen where I live, and you're like, hey, where is the best bar in West Glen? I'm going to see that come up under the West Des Moines, and I'm going to be like, oh, you have got to go to, Bar Louie or wherever. I don't really go to bars, so I don't know. But you see my point. All you have to do is go to the search page and then choose places and type the place that you're looking for, or the place that you're in, just to gain some more information, okay? And then, of course, the last thing that I want to talk about is remembering your call to action, okay? Instagram is a conversation, not a broadcast. And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that. So when we talk about broadcasting, this is not a place to tell everybody what you're doing, okay? That's literally like when I see people just telling me what they're doing or where they're going, I literally imagine them standing outside my townhome with a megaphone, just announcing every few hours, hey, this is what I'm doing. Great, don't care, really don't care. Engage your audience. So have a conversation. So what I mean by that, because you're just posting a picture, right? But what I mean by that is solve a problem. And what I mean by solving a problem is there are tons of those stupid math problems out in this world right now where you're like, this plus this equals this minus this equals this. What does this plus this equal? Make your audience solve it, because that will create engagement. Another thing is make them choose between something. So post 2 photos and say this or this, 1 or 2, A or B, 3 or 4, whatever. Okay. Have them choose or have them respond to a question. So you could ask, what color is the sky where you're from? I don't know. That's a really, when I think about it, that's a dumb example, but you see the point. Have them spot the difference. Post a photo. That's one of my favorites when people do they do one photo, but they do one side and the other side with the same picture, but they do minor changes to the other photo. I love those. Those are so much fun. And then of course, have them respond to a guessing game. You guys, if you want more tips and tricks on how to have more of a conversation with your audience, go to Staples, follow Staples on Instagram. They are amazing at this. They always do this or that. How do you stay organized? What would you choose? They are amazing at that. So again, quit posting before and afters without a meaning behind it, without asking a question. If you guys go to my Instagram, you guys can see it's not every post, because there are some posts that I do broadcast, but some posts are, I ask a question at the end, what are your struggles? Or what do you feel hinders you from joining Mascara Beauty or whatever, right? And the other thing too, you guys, stop posting product photos on your Instagram. Nobody wants them. And I say that in the nicest way possible. Your Instagram is you. It's not your business. It's not just everything makeup, because that's why people don't follow those people. If you look at any major influencer, I swear, if you go to Harmony Views, she has 10 to 20 stories a day. And when she posts, it's always a photo of something that she's doing, whether she's on a vacation or somewhere else. So really take a look at your Instagram and see what needs fine tuning, because I promise you guys, once you figure it out, it's really going to take your Instagram to the next level. Once you start incorporating these things, I guarantee you'll start getting anywhere from 10 to 50 followers a day. What would that do for you? What would that expose you to? So think about these things. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this training today. I am so excited that I got to put this on for you. So we will be back with another training. Have an amazing night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.